campers. Today we are going to do the dirty penny experiment. As you can see, I have lots of dirty pennies here. And in your kit you should have vinegar, it's in a little cup, and salt in a little cup, okay? I don't have the kit with me, so I'm just going to use from my kitchen right here. And then I have a glass, but in your kit you're going to take your vinegar cup, remove the lid, take your salt cup, remove the lid, pour the salt into your vinegar cup, and either put the lid back on and shake it up or stir it. So I'm going to start with some vinegar, and I'm going to put a good amount in my cup. And then I'm going to pour some salt. And it's kind of like equal parts. You have the same amount of vinegar as you do salt in your kit, I'm pretty sure. So I'm going to put a lot of salt in here. Ooh. Was that too much salt, Miss Sammy?
That's a lot of salt, Miss Kim.
Okay, and then I'm going to stir it up. So like I said, you'll stir up your little cup, or if you want to use a glass from your kitchen, whatever you have. And you want to stir it till it's mixed up pretty good. I think that's mixed up pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to take one of my pennies. Let's choose one that you can see the dirt on. Can you see this? It's pretty dirty. A light here maybe. I'm going to dip it halfway into the solution. You can do this with your cup. Just hold a penny in there. Halfway, I'm just kind of moving it around a little bit. And look at that. Can you see that, Miss Natalie? You can see the line where I dipped it. Why do you think that happens? What do you think, Miss Sammy? Why do you think that happens?
Well, I think the penny looked brown before you dipped it in because everything around us is made of atoms, including a penny. A penny is made of copper atoms all bound together. And when copper and oxygen mix, you get copper oxide, and that is what makes the penny look brown.
Okay. So then when we dipped it in our solution, the acid in the vinegar and the combination of the salt ate away at that.
Yep. So the salt and the vinegar make a very weak acidic solution, and that acid is what eats the oxide off the top of the penny.
Well, now what I'm going to do...
If you don't have vinegar and you want to do this again, you can use lemon juice or orange juice.
Anything acidic.
Yep, anything acidic. So any of those juices would work as well.
And when I was a kid, we used to do it with ketchup. Well, I think maybe because first the tomatoes are acidic, and then also there's vinegar in ketchup. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to dump all my pennies in this solution.
Oh, look, that one's turning already.
I'm just going to stir them up. Wow, I can already see that they're... Can you see that, Miss Natalie?
So while those are sitting and waiting, we can talk a little bit more about why the vinegar and salt dissolves that outside layer of copper oxide. Wow, those are really coming clean.
They are. I'm going to pull some out so Miss Natalie can get a good picture. And actually, want me to pull half of them out now?
Sure.
Okay. Now some of them are like super stained, I think. Like this one. I don't know. It must have had some trauma in its life. But in general. I'm gonna keep some in the solution and I'm gonna pull some out and I'm gonna lay them here on the paper towel. And then the rest I'm gonna keep in here. And actually, should I go ahead and rinse these off now, Miss Sammy?
Sure. So we can rinse off half the pennies, or, you know, close to half the pennies.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna watch, we're gonna let the pennies sit for about an hour. You should let them on your paper towels. But first of all, they still have the vinegar and salt solution on them, so that you're gonna see it continuing to get shinier and shinier. But as the hour goes by, we'll be able to compare the pennies that Miss Kim rinses off with water to the pennies that are sitting here that have not been rinsed off. These will eventually get a bluish green coating on them that's called malachite. And that is part of the reaction from the oxygen binding with the copper atoms again. So you'll see a little bit of a bluish green tint, and again, that's called malachite. And these pennies are still, look at this one. This one is beautiful. It's really coming out shiny. Even this one that was extremely black. Now see, you see a little bit of blue-green on here already. And Miss Kim has the rinsed off pennies.
Yep, I rinsed them off and I dried them.
Yeah. Oh, that's salty. Oh, little salt greens from touching the pennies. So these pennies won't, since they've been rinsed off, they won't get any shinier than this because they don't have the solution on them still. These will start to get even more shinier. This traumatized one is looking even better, Miss Kim.
Yeah, it is.
But see, it's starting to get the blue-green
Oh, yeah.
from not being rinsed off.
Okay.
So our pennies, when pennies are made, they're made from pure copper, and they come out of the mint pressed into this shape and in this mold, and they are even shinier than this one that we got. This one's pretty clean.
Yeah, I wish I would have had some
A
brand new
penny.
ones. Yeah. Yeah. They're definitely already looking better than the ones that I rinsed off. Yeah.
But you can try this with the other acids that we were talking about. Either, I like the ketchup idea, that's a good one to try. And then you could do the salt and lemon juice or salt and orange juice and see which ones get your pennies the cleanest.
Yeah, that's a fun experiment.
Yeah, and it's amazing to see the chemical reaction between the copper and the oxygen.
Yes.
And the copper and the salt and vinegar, the acidic solution.
Okay, well, we're going to let our pennies sit, and we're going to take some photos of them after about an hour.
And we'll share them with you live.
That's right. See you soon.
Bye.